Running backs are back. Saquon with the monster season in 2024. Ashton Genty goes 6th in the 2025 draft. It feels like the position is having a bit of a rebirth, and today we are going to look at some running back props for the upcoming NFL season. I'm Ninja. He is Tony Farmer. Welcome to OddsShark. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Tone, let's start with Ashton Genty real quick. 2,600 rushing yards last year at Boise State. 29 touchdowns. Insane numbers. So over at DraftKings, minus 155 to have 1,000 or more rushing yards, plus 1,800 to lead the league in rushing, plus 275, and top of the odds board to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I know you saw this guy spectacularly run over a couple of 49er defensive players in the preseason, but what are you expecting from this kid in the regular season?
Ninja, I saw that highlight. When you saw that, how did you not think Pete Carroll has found his beast mode? He's found his new Marshawn Lynch. He looked very much like that style. It's going to be fun to see how he's utilized this year, but I'm bullish on Ashton Genty this year. I don't like his Rookie of the Year numbers. I don't think there's enough value there. But in terms of going over season props and things like that, I like the fit here. When you look at what the Raiders did last season in the running game, or maybe I should say what they didn't do in the running game, because they were absolutely atrocious. Did you know Alexander Mattison led the team in rushing last year with 420 rushing yards? That is so bad. But when you look at a season like that, I think what you expect to see is an offensive line that's just really bad and bad at run blocking. But that's not what you see. Let me read you some numbers. Colton Miller, 30th of 140 tackles last season per Pro Football Focus in terms of a run block game. Dylan Parham, the guard, 18th of 136 guards in run blocking. Jackson Powers-Johnson, 35th of 136 guards in run blocking. DJ Glaze, 46th of 140 tackles in run blocking. That's not bad. So what that's telling me is that those guys were opening up lanes, and running backs like Madison, Amir Abdullah, Sincere McCormick, and Zamir White weren't taking advantage of those lanes. So the system, the line is okay. You got a new offensive coordinator in there. You replaced Luke Getsy, who didn't even get an OC job. What does that tell you? I think this is a massive upgrade at running back and an offensive line that was already decent at opening holes. I like this fit here. Like I said, new beast mode has perhaps arrived in Las Vegas.
Before we get into some running backs that you like in prop markets in 2025, is there anyone out there that you would advise against or maybe even look at unders?
I'm going to go, some people might be surprised by this, I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to have a good season this year. Everybody knows Saquon Barkley is one of the best running backs in the league. But let's look at his touches last year. This is receptions plus rushing attempts. 378 touches during the regular season, 104 in the playoffs. That's 488 touches. That's a lot on a 28-year-old body for a running back. And when you look historically at guys that have had a lot of touches like that, they often get hurt the next year, or they often don't necessarily have injuries that knock them out, but they regress for other reasons, just because that's a lot of wear and tear on the body. So I'm not interested in any Saquon Barkley overs this year, and I might sniff around on some unders too.
So which running backs out there and which running back bets do you have your eyes on this season?
Well, you know I love Omarion Hampton, the rookie running back for the Chargers. I'm not going to get too much into that. If you want to hear more about why I like him so much, you can check out our AFC West video. But the guy that I'm going to focus on today is Bucky Irving, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 6th best offensive line according to FTN Fantasy and Pro Football Focus. I think when people think of that Tampa Bay offense, who do you think of? Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, but Bucky Irving, is really the engine that makes that offense run. Let's look at what he did last year. 5.4 yards per carry. Ninja, if you take running backs who had over 150 carries last year, the list of people who had more yards per carry than Bucky Irving, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. That's it. And oh, by the way, he had 40 receptions last year too. So I love this guy. He did all that as a rookie. Going into year 2 where he doesn't have to worry about the combine and the draft, and he can take care of his body in the offseason and really prep for year 2. I think the sky's the limit for Bucky Irving.
If you folks at home are looking at betting some running back props for 2025 or just need a new sports book for the upcoming season, allow me to direct you to oddshark.com/NFL/sites. So here you can check out our thoughts and reviews on each of our partner books. So you can find the best book for what you are looking for as an NFL fan and an NFL bettor. We dig into how the odds compare from book to book, which betting market each offers, and much, much more. That's oddshark.com/NFL/site. So talk to me about rushing yard leaders in 2025. Obviously, it's Saquon at the top, plus 275 at DraftKings. Derrick Henry's plus 400. You've got Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, plus 1,000. Anyone you like in this specific prop market?
Yeah, how about Bijan Robinson? Full disclosure, I haven't bet in this market yet, but if you're going to give me, Ninja, $100 of your money to bet in this market, it's going on Bijan. You can probably find him for around 8-1. Always shop around. And what I like about him is two things. One, he was the number 3 leading rusher last year. He's 23 years old. The two guys that were ahead of him were 31 and 28 years old. So just from a who's most likely to get injured standpoint, I think that's going to work to his favor here. But look at what Bijan did last season after Michael Penix came in. You could make an argument that his 3 best games of the season were the 3 games that Michael Penix was in at quarterback. So I think the fact that he put up those numbers with a struggling Kirk Cousins, where defenses knew they could kind of stack the box. Now you've got Penix in there, who's more of a threat at the quarterback position, and he's going to enjoy the benefits of having Penix all season long.